We live in a world filled with a great selection of comics and manga to keep us entertained for multiple lifetimes. And as each year passes, we are exposed to new and fascinating titles. And it just feels like we are living in the best comic book timeline. With that in mind, the year 2025 is approaching quickly, so I want to talk about some comics and manga that I'm excited to check out and keep on reading in the year to come. So welcome back, my comic book friends, and let's kick it. Wolverine Omnibus Volume 6. Despite me not owning Volume 4 and 5 yet, I get excited knowing how far Marvel is taking this collection with the classic tales of Wolverine. From memory, I remember buying and reading issues 107 and 108, which will be present in this collection. It was filled with some killer ninja tales taking place in Tokyo. I'm excited to continue with Chainsaw Man, with Volume 17 releasing in January. Here's hoping the second arc delivers more hype-worthy storytelling. The second arc has been very different so far, but I see that as a positive. Nightwing by Tom Taylor Omnibus Volume 1. Since Nightwing issue 78, writer Tom Taylor has helped helm one of the most iconic runs for the fan-favorite hero. And my Nightwing collection is sad and empty, so I'm pretty pumped to check this one out, seeing as the community enjoyed it so much. Also, the Bruno Redondo art just looks amazing. Vagabond Definitive Edition Volume 1. I love seeing more manga titles get the hardcover treatment, and it feels like Vagabond was the next destined title, if not a little overdue. You guys in the comment section have been recommending me to check this one out, and for good reason, so I can't wait to begin my Miyamoto Musashi adventure in 2025. I've been enjoying reading some of the Mark Millar titles, and to see his work getting the library edition treatment from Dark Horse is pretty sweet. Titles like Jupiter's Legacy and Magic Order are getting released next year, and Big Game / Wanted and The Ambassadors can be picked up in 2024. A manga called Aftergod is getting the English treatment in 2024. The beautiful artwork has caught my attention. I think it has something to do with killing gods based on the synopsis, and we can look forward to Volume 2 dropping early 2025, so I'm all in to check this one out. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky Omnibus Volume 2. The comic that made me fall in love with the character of Daredevil, but also brought me back to collecting and reading comics in general, and I look forward to experience the grand finale in the oversized treatment. Dan Da Dan was the wackiest manga recommendation that you guys gave me, and I got a good taste for it in 2024. So yeah, I'm sticking along for the ride to see where this goes in 2025. I need myself more of those crazy fun times, and sign me up for that prune juice because I need more granny action. Giggity. John Constantine Hellblazer by Jamie Delano Omnibus Volume 2. It feels like 2025 is a strong year for DC Comics when it comes to collected editions. To see them bring some of these classics to life is a dream come true. Now I need to save money to get Volume 1. There's simply too many good things to buy right now. Kagurabachi will be in full swing in 2025, with its first English volume dropping in November of 2024 and consecutive volumes hitting us throughout 2025. I'm keen to finally experience the stylish sword combat and the vengeance tale that is Kagurabachi in 2025. Masterpiece. Daredevil by Bendis Omnibus Volume 2. More legendary Daredevil brought to us by Brian Michael Bendis, the run of the man without fear that is regarded to be the best of them all by many comic book readers to this very day. As a fairly new Daredevil fan, I'm highly anticipating this one. Sakamoto Days. Oh, how I love this manga. It just seems to balance humor and action in such a tasteful way, and apparently gets a bit darker later on, and I'm all about that too. I love all of the characters, and I love seeing it get more volumes in 2025, as well as the anime. Batman Detective Comics, the New 52 Omnibus Volume 1. I enjoy a good Batman story, and seeing these collected editions get the omnibus treatment is an absolute treat. This was releasing during a time where I took a leave of absence from comic collecting, and I always seem to enjoy art by Tony S. Daniel. Goku Rakugai made a good first impression on me. A tale that balances an assortment of genres such as monsters, action, comedy, crime, drama, supernatural, and delinquents. Now, despite trying to tackle so many genres, it manages to successfully execute each of these whilst offering beautiful artwork. The mangaka has slowed down considerably with this title, but we should get Volume 4 in 2025. New Avengers Omnibus Volume 1. I've been waiting a long time for this reprint. This is the first half of the blockbuster series brought to us by Brian Michael Bendis, who who radically revamps the Avengers and shaking up the status quo in new and interesting ways. Deceased Omnibus will be a winner with those who love zombies and superheroes, as those two things collide in one epic omnibus as the roster of DC heroes takes on a horde of infected people. The community seemed to respond quite positively to this storyline. Trigon Maximum Deluxe Edition Volume 4, another one to add to the collection for those who enjoy the oversized hardcover manga. The more of these I see, the happier I get. Oh man. This is such a good time to get into manga, especially if you love the premium format of comics. Punisher by Rick Remender Omnibus. The Punisher Omnibus reprints are coming in strong, and I hope sales of these are being supported equally, as I've been looking to increase my Punisher hardcover collection, which is empty right now. And Rick Remender is one of the best modern day writers out there, so this one is gonna be on the top of my list. On the manga omnibus front, we've got Fable getting more volumes as the hilarious Hitman adventures continue, and Initial D drifting its way into 2025. We also have the Agen Demi-Human Complete Editions, which began this year, so if you're like me and you missed out on the original prints of the action sci-fi horror story, now is the time to check these out. Nightwing Rebirth Omnibus. This is the 2016 relaunch of Nightwing, and it's quite a large omnibus collecting 44 issues of Dick Grayson. This Rebirth era has some mixed feelings about it, but I'm looking forward to expanding my DC knowledge, and Dick Grayson is a pretty cool character. Now, if they just could give Nightwing by Chuck Dixon the omnibus treatment, then it would be absolute perfection. Web of Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1. Finally, the classic 1985 Web of Spider-Man is getting released in omnibus format, and the Mike Zeck DM variant cover is gorgeous. I must have it. There were 4 ongoing titles during this era. We had Amazing, Web, Spectacular, and just Spider-Man. Yeah, that time period was oversaturated with Spider-Man titles. They were really milking that spider cow. Now, I don't recall this title getting any reprints, so it will be fun to indulge in more of the 80s and 90s comic book nostalgia. Scalped Omnibus Volume 2. The first omnibus of this acclaimed crime saga gets a release in 2024, shortly followed by Volume 2 in 2025. I was pretty devastated when I sold my deluxe hardcovers, so I'm thankful for DC reprinting these. This is a unique tale taking place on a fictional Indian reservation focusing on the Oglala Lakota inhabitants. It manages to tackle some vital themes such as politics, addiction, cultural identity, and organized crime, and the writer Jason Aaron delivers on a gripping tale from beginning to end. Batman by James Tynion The Omnibus Volume 1. This collects some of the modern day stories post the Tom King era, from Batman issues 86 through to 111, plus a whole bunch of extras. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of Batman, and I love seeing more of his stories getting the collected edition treatment. Plus, some of the modern Batman artwork is just some of the coolest. The Origin Manga by Boichi should be getting more English volumes in 2025 as it wraps up the story with Volume 10. The artwork for this manga is some of the best I've seen, and it offers some epic robot action adventure with a touch of humor that always took me off guard. Batman Nightfall Omnibus Volume 2, Night Quest, is coming in 2025. I managed to pick up Volume 1, which has some of my favorite classic Batman storytelling, and I can't believe I'm calling 90s Batman classic. Wow. I mean, some of those stories are over 30 years old now. Time flies when you're reading comics, and I look forward to completing out the Nightfall Omnibus trilogy eventually. Now on the single comic front, I look forward to reading more DC titles such as Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. I think DC will do some wonderful things with these comics, as I can see the writers and artists getting very creative. Also, Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine comic will be one to watch out for. Here's hoping Benjamin Percy can deliver something worthwhile. I'm really enjoying Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman. I think it's one of the best Marvel books on the stands right now. Therefore, I look forward to the continued journey in 2025. As for indie comics, I would recommend checking out The Power Fantasy by Karen Gillan. It's been making waves and getting a lot of positive reception, and the synopsis about the world's survival relying on 6 people never coming into conflict sounds interesting. There are also the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Jason Aaron that kicked off recently, and people are enjoying this run so far. Now there's a million other titles to watch out for in 2025. but these are some that stand out to me so far, or at least get me excited on checking them out. So yeah, it's gonna be a good year. Let me know in the comments below which titles you're gonna be checking out in the year to come. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you soon. Take care.